Welcome to Elite Geospatial, and this is your host Shamaki. Today we'll be looking at the topic Hillshade, Slope, Aspect and Contour. Our study area today will still be AMAC. So we'll be using the software ArcGIS. The version that I'm currently working on is ArcGIS Desktop version 10.8.2. And then this is what we'll be covering in this class. We'll be looking at how to create hillshade. We'll be looking at how to create slope. We'll be looking at how to create aspect. I'll be looking at how to create contour. And then first and foremost, we're looking at how to download the very data we'll be using for this. So this video, you will require an internet connection. And then you'll be going using the Chrome browser. And then you'll go to USGS earthexplorer.usgs.gov and then you search. So under the search criteria, you select the location of your the location where you're working on, and then we have Abuja here as the case study. So I'll click on it and then it's selected at AMAC. Okay, so what we're looking at here, we want to download digital elevation. So I don't need any date range or anything. So what I will do is I'm just going to cancel out all of this. It's going to cancel out all of this. And then I'm going to go to data set. What the data set, you're going to data elevation, digital elevation, sorry. So any of these are digital elevation models that you can download, but from the GTopo 30 to SRTM and the rest. But I prefer the SRTM, Shuttle Radar Topography Mission. And then I'm going to go with the SRTM 1 Arc Second Global. So once you click on it, you make sure that you're not checking on any of these other features. So you make sure you check. So once that is done, you click on result.
Yeah, no, it's not variable.
Once the search is done, we only have one data that is covering that aspect, but this data is not covering the whole of AMAC. So that's where we have a problem. So we'll be needing like 2 or 3 of this to have the whole of AMAC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to search criteria and I'm going to make a drawing around where we're interested in. So I'm going to click it around the portion that covers AMAC. Alright, so I think this covers AMAC. If that's the case, then we will go back to search directly the result. So it's going to bring out more than one result. So we have 2 results here. So these 2 results will cover basically where AMAC is. So I'm going to download the 2 of them.
The things that are happening are so unexpected.
So you download the GeoTIFF.
That and the next step is what happening, and it's always been leading. What if we want?
So here I'm going to change the name so that I don't get lost at the name, or change the name to AMAC 1 and the other will be AMAC 2. So it's downloading, so the second one will be AMAC 2.
They say working about casting and go about the talent operation after children the door not go on the back of the front of that still on the mouth that it pays shopping. Sure, we're free.
So once we have this downloaded, so I have fast internet, so once this is downloaded, but note that you must be signed in before you'll be able to download anything from USGS Earth Explorer or whether it is the GloVis website. So once we have this downloaded, we move right into the ArcGIS. On the ArcGIS, I have the shapefile of the Abuja Municipal Area Council. So now I'm going to import in the two files we just downloaded now.
So this has a chapter 6 that here overflowing. Wow, it's where I'm talking with Pop. It's true teaching acting will start talking about it.
So we'll have the AMAC 1 and 2. So I'm going to bring them in.
Yeah, counts it's water. So that's not in most of it to like that you know respect bond to make others first. Getting out and walks the doubts again. It had.
So in this case, we have to mosaic this file before we can use it. So I'm just quickly going to say
talk about as the prayer. I love the game today.
Mosaic to new raster search. So we have mosaic to new raster. So I'm going to bring in the two of them into selecting the two of them, and I'm going to place them here. So the two are selected. Now the output location.
Double screen done. It's not trees.
We have our initial folder that we've been using, AMAC. So this time I'm going to name it, I'm going to name it TEM.
About an hour basis on Barrett.
So this will be our output location. And then do they require us to add name? No, just the location. So I'm just going to click on the folder and add. So they're asking for the raster extension. This raster extension includes the name. The name of the dataset is AMAC and .tif, which is the file extension. Now, another thing you can do here is, what is this band like? Is it the pixel type? What kind of pixels is it? So let's check from the properties of this pixel. Is it an unsigned pixel or it's a signed pixels, and what bit it is?
So how this structure should is the best.
So it's a 16-bit signed integer. So we're going to change this to a 16-bit signed integer. All right. So the number of bands. Now, digital elevation models are one band. So if you know the number of band, you'll be able to do that. So this optional, I want it to be, I'm giving it a new coordinate system. I want it to come out for me in this coordinate system. WGS 1985, UTM zone 32. So with that being done, I'm just going to click on OK. So it's processing.
Hey, thank you. Why not? Let's say it in the Wait out in some of our so where do you what
So the mosaic is successful. So let's remove this once. So we can see that our digital elevation model is successful. So there are other pre-processing we could do on this, but that's not part of this video. So we get right into clipping this and then producing where we intend producing. So we're going to go to the search dialog box again, and then we'll just search for clip. Now this time around we're going to cut out a portion of a raster, so we use the clip under the database data management tool. So I'm going to bring in the AMAC, and then I'm going to bring in the other AMAC, which is the boundary extent, and I'm going to check use input feature for clipping geometry. So I'm going to select our output raster dataset. So under DEM we're going to have a folder we call clip. So inside this, it's a clip, that's its problem, let's leave it like that. So under this one we're going to now still put AMAC, STIF. Alright, so we click on OK and wait for it to process.
Listen, take it off.
So it has successfully clipped. So let's remove this too. Alright, now from here we're going to go into the order of the day. Now basically we will just be searching so that we don't. So I'm going to first search Hillshade because that's one of the first thing we're going to be producing. So we have Hillshade, the one under 3D analyst, and the Hillshade under spatial analyst. Thank you. Alright, so we're going with the Hillshade on spatial analyst. So the input raster now will be this AMAC we have here. Then the output raster will be, let's name it as result. Okay. So in our result we're going to have it as Hillshade. So let's go with it like that. So it has produced a Hillshade for us, but let's go, it's just showing us how I'm laying here, but then we want to have other classes. So let's reclassify this Hillshade and see what it will give us. So you go to symbology and go to classify. Under classify we define the classes. I want all of them to be in 10 classes. So it's going to define between this class and that class and other classes like that. So I'm going to have a change of the symbology colors. So in this case I will use this, and then I'm going to apply the Hillshade effect, and I'm going to OK. So this is our Hillshade map. But in this case now, we also have to make some other adjustment. Adjustment like you have to reduce the number of the decimal numbers. So let's eliminate the decimal numbers. So if I'm to do all of this, it's going to take quite a number of time. So I'm just going to leave. You've seen how I did it, so you can do the same for yourself. So this is our Hillshade. Now let's move forward to the next one, which is slip. So we have slope here. We're also going to click on slip, and I'm going to still bring in the AMAC, and I'm our result, this will be slope. And I will leave every other thing the way it is. I'll make it. We have our slope on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it gave us 9 classes. And let's make it the 10, since all of them are going to be in 10 classes. So this is going to be 10, and we'll change the symbology. Don't forget I said you should also reduce the number of the decimal numbers. So I'm only reducing them so that you see. I'm going to OK so that we don't take too much of time on this. So this is our slope of AMAC. Now next on the list is aspect. So you just search for aspect, and then aspect is going to come out. So still on data analyst, so you click on it, and you bring in the AMAC. Then we go for output, and then we name it aspect. You leave every other thing the way it is, and you're okay. So we have our aspect done. So this is our aspect. Aspect normally have from flat. If you know, from flat is around -1. Then north is between 0 to 22.5. Northeast 22 to 67, 67 to 112, and all that. So the highest in aspect is 360 degrees. So basically that's how aspect operates. So we have our aspect, which you could also, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's already comes in 10. So basically this is hillshade, slope, and aspect. So going to the last option of the day is contour. So you just search for contour. Contour has quite a number of how you can produce them. They have quite a number of different surfaces you can produce as contour. So let's just pick any of them here. We'll be doing an intensive video explaining all the various contours you could use and surfaces in future, but for now let's go with the one we want to use today. So we're clicking on the AMAC, and then we're going to name it as contour. This time around it's asking us for contour interval. So let's say I'm going to use 5 as contour interval, just assuming that the surface is naturally flat. But let me assume, and then I'm just going to name it 5. But basic contour interval that are best fit are 0.2, 0.5, and 2. Even 5 is also good, depending on the large area and the terrain. Alright, so I'm going to just click OK.
That's my job. Add input. We put it close. If I go here to Bob at Arch, he's all in the third chip of the police, telling it fools. But I feel I'm catching in it.
So we have our contour produced, but you and I know that this is a hell of a choked up terrain. But basically that is the contour. So we will not be considering smoothing the edges of the contour and all that, but I'm just trying to show you how to create these variable surfaces on this video. So basically, if you want to put all of this in one presentation, that is, you want to produce them as one map, what I advise basically you can do is to create, under inside create multiple data frame. So we have like four surface, so we're going to create 3 more. Now we're going to move one to each of the, so like I'm moving this here, and then I'm going to move, which one did I move here? I move Hillshade here, so I'm going to remove Hillshade here. So I'm going to move slope to the next one, then I'm going to remove slope here. I'm going to move aspect to the last one, leaving contour on this one. All right, so now that we've moved, let me remove the aspect. We have all the surfaces in all of this. Now let's go to layout view. So once we go to layout view, we have various surfaces showing. So once I click on this, its surface will appear. Once I release this, its surface will appear, and once I release the last one, its surface will appear. So we're going to move them to different areas.
Clear. Being ready to be here. I thought the decks. If fees, if he food on key to man, I ain't more. But this is what show if you do sport. He said off. I say I want to yell and he said no words Bangor. He said. He's a Chin Lowry at the late. He Jump off. Go. Sign the for okay. Press up in the fuck.
Alright, so you see that I've arranged them. Basically, I'm not going to show you how to produce it, but I'm just going to show you can actually arrange as many as possible in one map layout. So you see that we'll put the 4 in all of this. So you can check my video out on how to produce map and all that. So that the video won't be too long. So this is how far we can go. So I remember we covered how to download SRTM from the USGS Earth Explorer website. Then from there, we realized that the portion covering AMAC, we require 2 SRTM SWAT, which we downloaded, and then we MOSAIC. From MOSAICing, we clip. From clipping, we will go further to producing each of these surfaces, from Hillshade to slope to aspect, and then we end up with contour. So this is the summary of today's class. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to LI Geospatial, like, share, and comment on this video. Let's hear your views concerning what you've gained and all that, so that we will know that yes, we are actually impacting life. So I'll see you in the next class. Don't go anywhere. Bye.